Hello, welcome back. Hopefully everyone's had a good new year or a good start to the new year. We're going to kick off with the dollar. We do have CPI this week, which, to be fair, the dollar's been pretty choppy and I haven't been trading it, but I always like to look at the dollar, a few dollar pairs. Then we'll go on to the trades of the week and then some crypto. So just let's take a look at where the dollar is coming into. Resistance, break above and support. So technically, longer term, this is still bullish in my eyes. On the lower time frames, yes, we're in this bearish correction. If we go down into the H4, we can get a better look at what price is doing. And all price is doing has been consolidating for the last few weeks. You can see here. And that's why I've not really been trading dollar. If anything, bearish structure on the lower time frames is still intact. And we're in sort of a ranging period. So let's take a look at some dollar pairs. I do like dollar yen to the downside. Overall, I'm bullish on the dollar, but not yet. I have to see some strength come into it. We've seen some strength come into it last week, and then it was just totally wiped out again. So yeah, nothing too complex about dollar yen. It's going in this bearish channel. As you can see, we have top of this channel, resistance, and resistance. We have some support and resistance going through. So this is still bearish in my eyes. Any pullback at the start of the week, and I'll be looking to sell. So any pullback into this structure, then we'll be looking for selling opportunities, come down and make new lows. That's the only sort of dollar pair I'd be willing to play. Just because of such yen strength. All the other dollar pairs, we'll take a look at them now, we'll go through them. Aussie dollar, stuck in this bullish channel, and it does look like we've got a strong close out of that channel, but overall, I'll be waiting for this to turn around. Resistance, looks like a very strong close, so that's something that we need to keep an eye on, because technically, on the larger time frames, we're bearish. Fundamentally, I'm still bearish in this, but we've had this bullish pullback, so I am being very careful and looking to time this quite nicely. So I do think this rolls over at some point in the year, but it's not ready at the moment. So we'll just be marking out structure and seeing if anything changes. At the moment, this is just chopping to the upside and not really too interesting to me. Let's take a look at Euro USD. We did have a breakout of this bullish channel that I've been watching here, and then back inside. So this is still bullish in my eyes, and we could probably see another run up and taking out these highs. As you can see, we've also closed above the support and resistance. We have resistance here, support. So any pullback start of the week, any dollar weakness, I could see euro coming up to take these highs. And then we'll evaluate from there. Any plays to the upside against the dollar will be short-lived, just from my perspective anyway. But yeah, if you're wanting to trade against the dollar, euro to the upside, and dollar yen to the downside is probably my two favorite plays. Let's take a look at pound. Doesn't really interest me, to be honest. Some support and resistance running through the market here, and we've just got this choppy price action. Not very interesting, don't really need to spend too much time on it. Kiwi, similar sort of structure to pound that we've just been chopping the last few weeks, but that's really the holiday period for you as well. Overall structure, we are retesting from the underside. We have support. So if we do see some dollar strength, Kiwi to the downside would be something that I'd be looking at, but it would have to be a break and then a retest. You can see support. We need a clean break, retest from the underside, and then that's when I get involved with a Kiwi short. Other than that, I'm not really too interested in much more to do with the pound. We'll see what happens with CPI next week, and then we can take it from there. There's really no point in looking at something that's not really moving the way that you want it to. So let's move on to some trades of the week that I'm looking at. Aussie yen to the downside, I like the look of. For just on the H4 chart here, I'm bearish this instrument, and you can see that we're coming up into a nice area of confluence. We have support here, we have structure running through the market. If we can come up, take this high, reject, get back below, then I'd be looking to sell Aussie yen, come down, take out this low. quite simple really. Do like the look of Aussie yen to the downside. CAD yen, another instrument, the same setup really. All we want to see is come up, take a high, we can follow structure. If we break back below, retest, then we'll be looking to sell CAD yen to the downside. Let's take a look at Euro yen, also structurally very nice. If we take a look at this channel, just highlight it for you, you can see that price has been moving in this bearish channel. We've come down, we've pulled back. If we're looking for some yen strength, come up, hit this channel top, and then look for it to roll over. So I really do like the look of that, just from a sort of technical standpoint as well. It looks pretty clean. Pound yen, not so much. It's a little bit messy. I've got a few levels. This low, that's holding price up. If we break below and retest, we may get a quick move down to take out this low. If we pull back, take out this high, which I would prefer, straight into previous structure. We have support here, we have a high, take out the high, into that structure, get back below, then that's where we'll be looking to sell pound yen. And that's really it on the FX front. I do like the yen strength if we can get it. Favourite plays would probably be Aussie yen, CAD yen, and dollar yen. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum and Bitcoin. We'll start off with Ethereum because that has broken to the upside. It looks a little bit stronger to me. This is a H4 chart. Resistance, resistance, support, resistance. We also have this structure that we've broken out of. Push, pull back, push. I'm looking for a pullback, take out this low, and then that's when I'm looking for Ethereum to the upside, if we are going to get that dollar weakness just at the start of the year. Overall, if we take a quick look on the daily, we all know it's technically bearish, but if we come up, take out this high, then that's where I would look for it to roll over again. Bitcoin, similar sort of play to Ethereum. We were in this bearish structure, as you can see. I'm looking for a little bit higher, but there's nothing really stopping this from going south quickly. But this is the structure that I have. Let me just highlight it for you. Rolling through here. Not much to work with at the start of the week. Ethereum looks better, to be honest, but resistance, resistance, support, support, and resistance with a general area. I'd like a clean break, push higher, then a retest, then that would be the cleaner setup for me to try and get involved with Bitcoin longs. But just be aware the overall structure of the market is bearish, and if we do sort of get any breakdown below here, retest, then that could be the trigger to start selling. So I'll be posting daily videos into the group. I post them every morning, what we're looking at. It's quite hard at the start of the year to sort of outline some markets, as the markets are quite choppy. We had one trade last week in the group, which was pound Swiss, which we sold. We were looking for a little bit lower, prices come back, so maybe that's something we sell again. We did take 80% off at 1 hour, so we push this up. Premise behind the trade, bearish trend. We had stops resting here, we had resistance here, so you can see resistance, support. So we had a level of structure, we had stops resting here, we were looking for a push up, we set a limit order to sell, we came down, hit 1 hour, took 80% off, and moved stops to break even, and now we've just pulled back. Like I say, the market's quite choppy, so we were just taking what we could really out of the markets. So it's nice to start off with a winner, even though it did pull back, but that'll give us another opportunity to look again. At the moment, it's a little bit choppy, so taking anything out of the market at the start of the year is quite nice. As I say, I'll keep you updated in the members group, daily videos of what I'm looking at. Any trades that I take will also be posted in there. So hopefully you're having a nice start to the new year, and wishing you a profitable week.